You are watching someone that can predict the future. Welcome back. I'm your host, Michael, and today we're predicting another round of National League South game week fixtures. As per usual, start off with shock of the week, then do the predictions I got right, and then as per usual, we'll get straight on in to the game week 4 predictions. Let's go. First of all, shock of the week is going to one team and one team only, Weston-super-Mare. I have not given them enough credit on the channel recently, but this weekend they went and smashed, this Tuesday should I say, they smashed Bath City 6-2 away from home, which is absolutely unbelievable stuff. Bath City just came off the back of a draw to Dartford away, beat Maidstone 3-0. We're looking like a pretty strong team, and then Weston-super-Mare, even though I know they've won the first two games, it's maybe not so much of a shock they won, but it's the fact that they've gone Bath away, albeit not too far of a journey for them, and smashed them 6-2. Brilliant stuff, and they sit second in the table just below Worthing. So well done, Weston-super-Mare. Secondly, we're going to get into the predictions we got right. So a bit of a funny intro, but I got so many score predictions right. I actually had to write a list down just so I can remember them all. I'm flabbergasted. I can't believe it. But if we quickly go through them, we got Dartford drawing to Hampton 1-1 correct. As usual, Dartford bottling it. Farnborough beating Hemel 2-1 correct. Slough losing to Worthing 4-1 correct. Don't know what came over me to go for 4-1, but it was right. Torquay beating Chippenham 2-1, albeit Torquay scoring late in added time, which was fantastic. And then Havant losing St Albans beating Havant 2-1 on the Wednesday night. Yes, that's right. 5 predictions correct. Nearly half of the score predictions right for the last game week. I'm mega impressed with that. But enough of gloating about myself. Let's get into these game week 4 predictions. So let's get the ball rolling. Chelmsford City are taking on Havant and Waterlooville. Chelmsford have started fantastically well. Yet another win against Welling. Very, very late on. A crazy game. 2 red cards. Only watched highlights today. What a fantastic game. They're coming up against Havant and Waterlooville, who are having a really, really dire start. Really, really do feel for those Havant fans. Not a good start whatsoever. And as we've just discussed, the most recent loss to St Albans at home. It's just not going well for them. Chelmsford, as I said, they seem to be scoring goals, creating chances, not conceding many. Their best players are just showing up. They look so strong, and because they're at home, I'm so sorry, Havant fans. I'm going for yet another loss. 4 in a row for you is my prediction, and I'm going for a 3-1 Chelmsford win. Next up, Chippenham Town versus Tonbridge Angels. Tonbridge finally got some points on the board, beating Dover 1-0. A really, really well-needed win for them. Dover have been pretty good this season as well, actually. Exceeded a lot of expectations. So a really good win for Tonbridge to get the ball rolling for them. Chippenham, on the other hand, won their first 2 games. Only lost to Torquay so late on Tuesday night. They've had a really good start. I've been really, really impressed by them. I reckon they're going to be fantastic at home, and Tonbridge might struggle. I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Chippenham just lost 2-1, so I'm going to reverse it this week and go for a 2-1 Chippenham win. Beloved Dartford are playing Farnborough. God, please, just don't bottle it this weekend. This has got to be your weekend. The problem is Dartford yet again conceding late to go on and this time get a point. Also got one of our best players, the winger Barzi, sent off late, so he's going to be missing the next game, which is such a shame. Farnborough, on the other hand, they look really strong. They look really, really, really strong. Eastbourne came and were quite lucky to get a point. They then went and beat Hemel. They're just a really good side. I'm not going to go for a Farnborough win, and this is not because I'm a Dartford fan. It's purely because Dartford's home record is just so much better than their away one. I think they're really good at home. If this was the away fixture, I'd be going for a Farnborough win. But it's not. So yet again, 2 weeks running, I'm going for another 1-1 draw. Next, we have Dover Athletic are taking on Braintree Town. Really interesting little game this. Dover, as we've just mentioned, suffering their first loss of the season against Tonbridge. And Braintree suffering a loss as well against Maidstone. Which they do look a pretty good outfit, albeit they did get did get a bit stuffed by Bath, but that shouldn't, matter too much. I still think Braintree look like a side that can score goals, look pretty sharp defensively. They're creating lots and lots of exciting games, beating Truro 3-2, for example. Dover, on the other hand, they've just shown that, they're not going to be that 24th team in the league that everyone assumed they would be at the start of the year, which is fantastic to see. I love to see an underdog prove me wrong. Tough game. I think this is going to be fairly equal. I can't call it. I'd love to call it, but I don't want to call it so early in the season. So I'm playing safe and I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Eastbourne Borough take on Bath City. Eastbourne back at home. They're a really good outfit at home. Have very high expectations for them this year, albeit they haven't had the start they wanted. Lost to Aveley 2-0 on Monday night. But I do personally believe that Aveley is going to be a pretty tough place to go. And it's one of the reasons I never put Aveley as one of my teams to get relegated this year. As I said, Bath City just come off the back of that 6-2 thumping. What a shocker that was after just beating Maidstone 3-0. Was extremely, extremely surprised. But that's how this league works, and that's why it's so good and so beautiful and so lovely. So that being said, I can't see Bath going to Eastbourne and winning after they've just had an absolute thumping from Weston-super-Mare. Perhaps confidence will be low, perhaps they're not as good as away, I don't know, but I am going to go for an Eastbourne win, and I'm going to call it very narrowly and go for a 2-1 Eastbourne win. Hemel and Hempstead play Weymouth. Weymouth fans will be loving Hemel after first day of season. They upset Yeovil's opening day fixture. Nonetheless, Hemel have had a pretty good start to life. 2 wins. Most recently lost, of course, on the weekend to Farnborough away, which is going to be a really tough game for anyone that has to go there this year. On the other hand, Weymouth losing 2-1 to St Albans. Could have won that, could have gone either way. They then beat Dartford, and then they've had a 1-1 draw to local rivals Taunton. So they've had a fairly good start. Hemel have had a really good start. Both these sides are just going to be full of confidence, I think. Hemel at home, Weymouth coming away. I would say that Hemel are going to nick it personally. The only thing is Hemel don't seem to be scoring many goals. Neither do Weymouth. So it is going to be another one of those tight ones. But I'm actually going to call it that Hemel and Hempstead yet again are going to get a 1-0 win. So that's what I'm going for. Albans City take on Torquay United. This will be a top-notch game. Torquay finally getting 3 points on the board with a late winner against Chippenham. How much was that needed for you Torquay United fans out there? That was, so needed. Otherwise, the pressure just gets on to teams like Yeovil and Torquay so early if there isn't points on the board. Obviously, St Albans have had a really, really good start. They did have their one loss to Yeovil on the most last weekend, but then apart from that they've had really good back-to-back 2-1 wins against Weymouth and Havant and Waterlooville. So 2 pretty good results there. They've got 6 points on the board. They're not conceding a crazy amount of goals as we've seen from these opening day fixtures, but they are showing that they can score every game as well. That being said, St Albans at home, Torquay away. I really, really am expecting Torquay United to push on. So this is the last time I'm going to go for them. If they don't do it for me again, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I just want Dartford to win. I'm going to be fine. But on the prediction side of things, I'm going to go for a draw, and I'm going to call it a 2-2. Taunton Town play Welling United. Welling United, I just wouldn't want to be a Welling United fan at the moment. 5-2 opening day loss, let alone the fact that they've just lost in the 90th plus 3rd or 4th minute to get some points finally on the board. But no, they stay rock bottom, 0 points, most goals conceded. I believe it's just not going well for them. And obviously, Taunton being at home, first day of season, they got an opening day win. They look like they're going to be all right at home. I know Welling United have got a couple of important players back now, which is great news for them. I don't want to see anyone struggle insanely just because I'm a lover of the fans. But that being said, I think it'll be a fairly even game, and I do feel like Welling are going to put some points on the board this weekend. So for that reason, I've gone for a 1-1 draw. Truro City versus Hampton and Richmond. What game that's going to be? Truro City, I watched them on Tuesday night play Yeovil. They definitely didn't deserve to lose in my opinion. I think Truro were phenomenal. I think they were fantastic. That first half and the first 20 minutes of the second half, phenomenal. So impressed. They do not look like a side that are going to be anywhere near that relegation, but obviously we're so early in the season, you just don't know. So Truro at home, Hampton and Richmond are going to have to do that long, horrible journey down to Plymouth. Oh, wouldn't want to be doing it myself, but as a football fan, we do it anyway. So Hampton and Richmond just come off the back of a 1-1 draw with Dartford, as I've just said. They're going to be a pretty strong outfit this year. Truro are going to be pretty good too. But I am going to back Truro this week, which I haven't done too regularly, and go for a Truro win. And I'm going to go a bit different. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Truro win, which could really backfire on me. Weston-super-Mare versus Slough Town. Slough, yet another one of those teams that are having a horrid start to life in the National League South. Obviously, most recently coming off a 4-1 loss to Worthing, who are going to be a stupidly good outfit. They look absolutely unbelievable this year. And they're obviously playing Weston-super-Mare this week at Weston-super-Mare, who have just come off the back of a 6-2 win, and as well as that have also won 1-0 twice, so they're not conceding goals. They're scoring plenty, and Slough Town obviously conceding plenty. I think this game is only going one way, and that's Weston-super-Mare to take all 3 points. Am I going to call it a crazy one? I'm not going to be harsh. I think a 2-1 Weston-super-Mare win. Yeah, done. Worthing versus Aveley. What a game that is. Worthing, as I've just said, I cannot credit Worthing enough. I even watched them last year and they look good. And I just thought to myself, can they continue that into this year, or is it just first sort of season fever? I wasn't sure. I put them into get playoffs, definitely. But they look so good. They look so good. And Aveley do as well. But Worthing at home is tough for anyone. I know Aveley have just come off the back of 2 wins in a row, including a really solid win against Eastbourne. But Worthing just looks so good. They look so good. And at the moment, I'm just on track to just go Worthing every week. Got to go with my gut, as I did last week, getting 5 predictions correct. I'm going for a Worthing win, and I'm going for a 3-1 win. Last but not least, the game that I will be attending this week, Yeovil Town playing Maidstone United. What a fantastic game that is. Both teams on 6 points. Yeovil's most recent win, as discussed, a 2-1 late winner over Truro, where the only sort of good spell of the game they had was the last 15-20 minutes. But that's where the good teams come good. They know how to grind out those results, and that's exactly what Yeovil did that night. Maidstone, of course, also winning 2-1, beating Braintree. This is one of those games, 2 of the relegated sides coming down. These are the ones that you live for. Yeovil are going to have a bumper crowd. They really are. It's going to be loud. It's going to be noisy. I'm sure Maidstone will bring a few with them as well. This is one that I can't call. Yeovil just didn't look good enough in their last 2 games, not convincing enough. I've backed Yeovil. Maidstone United, on the other hand, have just been, they've had one away game and they got, punished very badly by Bath. I'm very inclined, I'm sort of 60-40 to go for a Yeovil win 60 and Maidstone 40. I don't want to call it, but I think it'll be a good game. Yeovil just don't look that great going forward. Maidstone look, as I almost expect them to this year. So for that reason, I'm going to play it safe and go for a 1-1 draw for, I think, the 3rd time this video. There is all my game week 4 predictions. Sorry it's up a bit late. I've had a lot going on recently and getting other videos up as well. It's been a manic week, and obviously it doesn't help with the National League South putting a stupidly late game on the Wednesday. I mean, I can't film this till I think it's Thursday at 9:30 right now, which is crazy. Nonetheless, I've really enjoyed making this. As always, the template is in the description below. If you would like to put your predictions below, always interested to hear them. Let me know which game you'll be attending this weekend. And more importantly, if you do enjoy the videos, please smash that like button and press that subscribe button, because it really genuinely does mean a lot to me. I've been your host, Football Talk, and until the next one, I'll see you around.